130,000 Australian dollars. I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. That is the top-end average yearly salary for an ethical hacker right now. It's a massive figure, right? But honestly, it begs a pretty high-stakes question. If you're planning to study tech abroad, are you actually making the right choices today to secure a future-proof career that pays anything close to this?
Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here with us. Okay, let's just dive right into this. Today, we're mapping out your ultimate tech study abroad roadmap. We're taking all that scattered, confusing information floating around out there, and we're transforming it into a clear, step-by-step visual journey. We'll look at the hard data, compare the degrees, and show you exactly what it takes to turn those big tech ambitions into a highly paid global reality.
So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to hit the cybersecurity gold rush, then we'll cover choosing your tech degree, move into practical tech career paths, figure out finding the right consultancy, and finally wrap things up with the ultimate visa checklist. Let's get to it. Starting things off with Section 1, the cybersecurity gold rush. To really wrap our heads around this, let's talk about a totally relatable prospective international student. We'll call him Region. Picture Region staring at his laptop at like 2 a.m., feeling completely overwhelmed by just the endless tabs and choices on his screen. He knows tech is booming, obviously, but the landscape is just so huge. Should he be a general programmer, a network administrator? Well, the truth is, the global demand for cybersecurity specifically is skyrocketing. It's spreading like wildfire. Companies are practically begging for people who can defend their digital borders, making this a literal modern-day gold rush. Region's late-night dilemma is probably one you're facing right now, too. How exactly do you choose the perfect tech path for a future that is both secure and, highly lucrative? Let's figure that out.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 2, choosing your tech degree.
Okay, to solve this for Region, we have to look at how these foundational choices split. You essentially have two major academic paths when you're heading abroad for cyber. On one side, you've got the Bachelor of Information Technology, or BIT, with a specialization in cybersecurity. Think of this as your IT plus cyber route. It blends general networking with a moderate amount of coding. Now, on the other side, we have the Bachelor of Science, or BSc, in cybersecurity. This is what we call deep cyber. We're talking an intense focus on ethical hacking, cryptography, and a high level of coding. The BIT gives Region flexibility. He can still apply for general IT roles while getting hands-on in security labs. But the BSc, that's strictly for those who already know they want to live and breathe cyber defense. So how do these degrees actually translate financially? Let's talk numbers. If you go with the BIT, industry demand is very high because of that broader flexibility. Tuition ranges from about $28,000 to $34,000 a year, and the average salary lands somewhere between $80,000 and $120,000. Now, compare that to the BSc. Demand is still high, but tuition is slightly steeper, running $30,000 to $36,000 a year. But here's the kicker. The specialized nature of the BSc pushes that average salary up, ranging from $85,000 to a massive $130,000. Now, did you notice the one thing that stays exactly the same, though? The English requirement. Region's going to need a Duolingo score of 95 or higher no matter which path he takes. All right, Section 3, practical tech career paths. What do these degrees actually turn into in the real world? These roles are perfect if you're the kind of person who prefers hands-on, practical work over just staring at a textbook. First up is the absolute dream job for many, the ethical hacker, sometimes called a penetration tester. This is where that $90,000 to $130,000 salary lives. Your entire job is to literally think like a criminal. You are ethically breaking into systems to find their weak points before the actual bad guys do. It's incredibly thrilling, but just keep in mind, it definitely requires a medium to high level of coding expertise. Now, if you want something just slightly less code-heavy, check out the cybersecurity analyst role. This one averages between $85,000 and $110,000. In this gig, you are the watchful protector. You're monitoring threats and using complex security tools to keep the network totally safe. It requires a solid medium level of coding, which makes it a really accessible and super popular landing spot for graduates from both the BIT and the BSc programs. Next up, we have the Security Operations Center, or SOC roles. These pull in around $80,000 to $100,000. Working in a SOC means you're actively monitoring and responding to live cyber incidents. Actually, scratch that, you're basically the digital first responder. It's a fantastic avenue because the coding requirement drops to low medium.
It's highly practical, very fast-paced, and honestly relies way more on your quick analytical thinking than your ability to just write raw code from scratch.
And finally, there's the forensics assistant, bringing in a very respectable $75,000 to $95,000. Just imagine being a digital detective. When a system gets hacked, you are the one who goes in to recover and analyze the data to figure out exactly what went down. The best part for some of you watching, this has the lowest coding requirement of the entire group. It proves you absolutely don't have to be a master programmer to have a highly successful career here. So whether Rijan wants to be a hacker, a responder, or a detective, he's got options.
But knowing what you want to study is only half the battle, right? Now you actually have to get there. Let's cover Section 4, Finding the Right Consultancy. If our student Rijan is based in Nepal, his very next step is finding a reliable partner to help him navigate the whole visa maze. Here's a curated list of top Kathmandu consultancies known specifically for US and Australian processes. You've got major players in Putali Sadak, like AECC Global and Expert Education. Over in Dili Bazaar, you'll find KIEC, Global Reach Nepal, and Edwise Foundation. And of course, NIEC has a major presence in New Baneswar. But seriously, with so many options, how is Rijan supposed to actually choose between them? Well, the secret is matching your specific weakness to a consultancy's proven strength. You really shouldn't just pick the one that happens to be closest to your house. According to the data, if you're incredibly anxious about your actual visa file, AECC Global is noted for its high visa success rate. If you're struggling to hit that 95-plus Duolingo score we mentioned earlier, KIEC specifically offers Duolingo-focused guidance. Or if you know your statement of purpose, your SOP, needs a ton of work, Edwise Foundation is highly rated for personal SOP help. Basically, find what you need the most help with and choose the agency that excels at exactly that.
So, Rijan's chosen his path and picked a consultancy. What's next? Section 5, the ultimate visa checklist.
Listen, never walk into a consultancy empty-handed. Have this exact chronological checklist ready to go to prove you mean business. Step 1, your academic transcripts. That includes your +2 and SEE mark sheets and character certificates. Step 2, a passport that is valid for at least 6 more months. Step 3, your English test scores, whether that's Duolingo, IELTS, or TOEFL. And Step 4, your bank balance proof. You need real, tangible proof of funds for your tuition and living costs. Having these 4 things totally ready shows the consultancy you are serious and you're ready to move fast. But right here is where so many students make a critical mistake. They sit down at the consultancy and they just listen. Let me ask you, are you asking your consultancy the crucial questions? Remember, you are interviewing them just as much as they are evaluating you. These are the absolute power questions you have to ask, especially if you're targeting the US. Number 1, are you officially partnered with my preferred universities or AIRC certified? Number 2, what are your hidden service charges? And pro tip, never pay large deposits before your official university acceptance. Your I-20 is actually confirmed. Number 3, do you specifically help with the tricky financial documents? Number 4, what is your actual F1 student visa success rate? And finally, will you conduct mock interviews to prep me for the DS-160, your official visa application, and the embassy interview? I can't stress this enough. Compare at least 2 consultancies before you sign anything. So we've covered the booming cyber demand, we've broken down your degree choices, explored those amazing hands-on career salaries, and armed you with a rock-solid consultancy checklist. The whole path is laid out right in front of you. But here is the real question I want to leave you with. 5 years from now, are you going to be the one guarding the world's digital borders for $130,000 a year? Or will you still be sitting at your laptop at 2 a.m. like Rijan, just wondering what if? If you found this explainer helpful, do not keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe for more structured visual guides, and share this with a friend who's also planning their study abroad journey right now. Together, you can navigate this whole process and secure that future. Thanks so much for watching and keep learning.